So like it starts off with like the argue mutual benefit for being baby dick suckers. Then they call it. They think it's stunning and brave. They think it's stunning and brave. Same thing with this vaccine medical tyranny, right? You start off, you're like essential jobs, right? And you're the last line of defense. You know what I mean? Then, then you got to sacrifice everything. You can't have no family or nothing. You sacrifice everything. You don't go around these people. That people, if you're sick, stay home. If they're not vaccinated, cut them off. You know, because there's still a person inside of my mom. You know, there's still a person there. It's like there's no way that she would be, whole ham suck a baby dick. She's not gonna fucking do that. So they gotta get her because she has Munchausen. So they need people like her to like be callous about the fact that they haven't had to sacrifice anything yet because they're essential. And she, they don't want to have their boats rocked. They don't like the idea that they might become not necessary, right? But they're so willing to throw around terminology that makes it seem like certain people are just not necessary anymore, you know, like and then you have to want to fight out against those causes that making somebody unnecessary too, you know what I mean? And then in order to stay in cool world and comfortable and everything, now you gotta liable and you gotta throw them under the bus. You gotta be arbitrary as possible so that you never get around to the actual operative question, and then try to put another question on somebody's lips because it would make them look more like a fool. The only question is that there's no way anybody's gonna let a fucking Pfizer fucking tell you that. Even there's no reason, because you were saying that you had to protect people from the ones that had no symptoms or were resilient to catching it and could still transmit. Oh, but now all of a sudden, now they're in danger now. See, that's where you're gonna run in, and I don't care if the FDA, because you're gonna have to argue that any damages that happens from a vaccine, that it will inevitably, that they're gonna say that the something outweighs something has to outweigh, so that the vaccine benefits have to outweigh the danger from not having a vaccine. And what was the danger that they're treating? The danger that you're saying that you're responding to with this vaccine, the danger that they're taking away from, was like because you wanted to troll Russia. They've been doing this shit for a long time. The Finders and Silicon Valley, it's just some other shit, man. Like, people can't process. They can't know the process. Nexium, you know what I mean? Like, those are like Silicon Valley's partners, like almost like Scientology, almost a little bit. I mean, what if we don't even know about it's another clandestine organization we don't even know about, but you got to know about them because they rob your agency. If you find out about them, even saying they rob your agency, right? Check it out. if a CIA agent is unmasked, operating, working in cahoots with the DOJ or something like that, and then the DOJ finds out that they were CIA, that's the crying game. That's just like, that's the same thing as the crying game. It was in the movie Sicario. Now, if you want to say that that's a movie and life is not like that, it's based on how these organizations either work or don't work together, and so all you really need is to put together that the CIA was designed to be a fucking clandestine agency. It's just not allowed to work within the United States border, and so a lot of their hiring pool is a bunch of like lonely weirdos, and monarch butterflies. I mean, everybody knows this shit. It's just like, you know what it is? Because when you don't know how to troll, sometimes they think that people don't know how to troll, and then they never let up when it just becomes pure. They're just adamant about, and they don't have an argument, and they're just taking on. They're just doubling down, or they're more adamant, and then they gotta throw somebody under the bus. Then they gotta sacrificing people and sacrificing. That's when they start sacrificing people, because they lost the meaning of sacrifice. You know what I mean? And that's easy to do because we have mass farming. It's like you can't sacrifice a chicken. You have to sacrifice a goldfish now. Because one goldfish is still expensive, like maybe cost you $5,000 for a special goldfish to sacrifice, and that might work for the purpose being what it is. I'm not saying that I know any rituals that requires a goldfish. I'm just saying I would feel like I didn't sacrifice anything if I killed chickens. You know what I mean? Because you could just go to the general store in Auburn or somewhere in one of these cities. You could just drive out a little ways and walk through and just pick up a whole, like, you can buy 75 chiclets or something like that. They're super cheap. Let your, I don't know, people play with them or something. I don't know. People go out there and give them away. Like, hey, have a chick. Here, have a chick. Have a free chick. Don't know what the fuck that chicken's gonna do later, but enough videos. I'm getting tired of making videos.